Look at that beast of a car. So we just had this thing arrive here. It is it's fair to call it old, it's 2007, so that makes it 15 years old, guys. Facelift, 4.8 Porsche Cayenne S. Let's get on with the video. First thing we're going to do is we're going to switch that engine off. We'll do a start up shortly because we do need to save fuel, guys, because this thing is an absolute petrol guzzler. So it's a 4.8 V8 Cayenne S. It's a facelift car. They facelifted them in 2007. There's a nice 07 reg there. This car has got a massive spec list. Like, I'm talking, I think £17,000 worth of specs. We will go through the specs shortly. We will also go for a drive, and we will do draggy times on this car. I'm so excited to see, one, what this thing drives like, and two, how quickly it falls against some of the other cars on the draggy leaderboard. So the facelifts, like I say, they come out in 2007. I think the Porsche Cayenne come out in 2003 here in England. I remember them coming out. I remember thinking a Porsche is like a little sports car, and then they brought out this big Jeep, and I thought, how cool is that, man? The pre-facelift car was a really nice thing, but when they facelifted them, they did make some really good changes. So mainly the front end, different wheel options, and the rear lights as well. So you can see at the front, we've got the indicators, or these lights, up in the bumper there. The whole front bumper looks different, and the front headlights look a lot more visually pleasing. This car has got them beautiful wheels. We'll talk about what they're called in a sec, but they really suit the car. Black wheels, black paint, black leather interior, and black roof bars and black trims. Everything is black on black on black. I love the look of it. At the rear of this car, we've got four big chunky exhausts linked to that big fat V8 that's under the bonnet. By the way, they are 385 brake horsepower. The pre-facelift 4.5 Cayenne S was 340 brake horsepower, and then the GTS, because this is apparently the GTS engine that's under the bonnet of this car, they're 20 horsepower more than one of these. So 385 horsepower in that car. It probably weighs a good 2 tons. It's a very heavy car, but it does offer a lot. So the car that sort of reminds me of this car is, we've done a video recently on the V10 Touareg. That was obviously a diesel car. Quite a similar car, probably compared a lot on the car market, and ironically they're both by the VW group and both built on the same chassis. So quite an interesting point here. I know a lot of you lot are going to be quite excited about this car. This is a low budget, cheap Jeep Porsche with a V8 engine under the bonnet. So we will also talk about values in a bit, but let's quickly look at the inside. Look at this interior, man. Very Porsche, very classy, high premium, big Porsche badge there in the middle of the steering wheel. I suppose every car's got a big badge in the middle of the steering wheel, but it just looks, I don't know, it's got presence, man. It's got presence. As we jump in the rear, we've got rear entertainment as well. I'm not sure if that is a factory option. Are they factory? I don't know. We'll look again and suss that out shortly when we look at the spec list. Both speakers, just loads of stitched leather on the dash, just pure premium, high quality, class, build quality from Porsche, as you'd always expect. So what we'll do now is we'll jump in the car, throw the camera up in the window, and go through specs, yeah? Such a cool looking car. Like, for a 15-year-old car, it does have some serious road presence. And them wheels, 21-inch wheels, finishing like a satin black colour. I love the look of them wheels. Even the mirrors, they must have changed the mirrors on the facelifts actually, because they definitely look different to the earlier cars. So let's just show you what it sounds like. Please refuel. Shock. So what we will do is, before we go anywhere, we're going to go straight to the petrol station and get some fuel in it first, all right? What I wanted to quickly show you, actually, let me just switch that off again, is the key. I love how Porsche make their keys look like Porsches. That's just such a cool thing. They even done it back in the day of the early Cayennes. They're doing a better job of it now. I'll show you a shot of a modern Porsche key. There you go. Very posh looking key. I love a nice key. Nice to have a nice key when you've got a nice car. They sort of go hand in hand. Start it again. So, you know, that start doesn't sound as savage as you'd think it would sound, but I'm telling you now, I've heard this thing under revs. It sort of sounds like an R32, but like a V8 version of an R32. Now, what's really weird actually is the smaller engine Cayennes have actually got the 3.2 R32 engine under the bonnet, 250 horsepower, probably a bit underpowered for the size of the car, but it's a good engine, it sounds good, and this is, like I say, like a V8 better sounding version of that engine. So let's quickly, I'm just trying to sort of sort out my seat. Let's get the heated seat on as well, guys. We apparently have a heated steering wheel as well. Might get that on as well. But yeah, comfort is sorted, I think. Am I sorted? I think I'm about where I want to be. HPI, by the way, this car's done 93,000 miles, which is actually quite good mileage for the age of the car, isn't it? So ET07 TYK, it's apparently had a plate transfer. Previous plate was M40 ROE, so it did have a private reg on it. 5 registers are clear. It's not been any accidents or nothing like that. Porsche Cayenne S Tiptronic, 6-speed Tiptronic gearbox. We'll see what that's like shortly. Really good gearbox, and yeah, probably quite good for their time as well. So 4 former keepers. 24th of March 2021 was the current keeper, so they've had it just over a year, and it was first registered on the 23rd of July 2007. That was actually my missus' birthday, so she would have been 17 years old at the time, but not that even matters. So the new base price of this car, so this car's got a 5-star spec check, right? That's amazing. Brand new, this car was £46,610. Let's just turn the heating down because it's very warm in here, and then fans are making a crazy amount of noise, probably annoying you lot. But yeah, £46,610 new. What Porsche are kind of known for, no criticism, but they absolutely kill you with spec options. So you buy a car and it comes very basic, and then they sell things to you. You know, it's usual in the world of earning money. They want to sell stuff. So what they do is they sell you a really basic car that has not much spec at all, and they say, so would you like this? Would you like that? And you end up spending 17,352 quid. 352 quid on options, and that's exactly what this owner done when they bought it new with this car. The first option at the top there is a 21-inch Cayenne Sport wheels, £2,492 for them wheels. The air suspension with self-leveling and ride height control, 1,973 quid. That's all adjusted down here. It's all very posh, and it can change the height of the car. Standard thing on a Range Rover, but if you wanted that on your Porsche, you'd have to pay £19,000. You'd have to pay 1,973 quid for it. But you can see the height of the car adjusting. I don't know if you can see that through the video. Very posh. It works, which is pretty good. I'm impressed. Oh, let my foot off the brakes. It's not allowing it to do it. Leather interior in standard colour, smooth leather, 1,958 quid. Porsche communication management and satellite navigation, £1,921. Looks quite smart, got lots of buttons on it, but it does look very smart for the time for the era of the car. Tiptronic S, 1,760 quid. I'm guessing that's the gearbox option. Sports exhaust system, Cayenne S, Tiptronic S only. So if you want a sports exhaust, you can only get that on the Tiptronic S option, and sounds unbelievable. Bose surround sound system, 859 quid. Heated front and rear seats with heated steering wheel, £626. So it's apparently heated in the rear as well. Metallic paint, £570. Roof railing including drip rails in black, 563 quid. Park assist front and rear. I'm guessing it all comes up on here as well. Probably just parking sensors, isn't it? It wouldn't have a screen. That screen does not look modern enough to cater for any cameras or anything like that. PCM telephone module, £523. I'm not sure where that is, but that sounds quite posh as well. Power lift tailgate, 427 quid. That's pretty good. I just realised that I've not even looked at you lot for the whole time that I've been talking about spec. I do apologise. I do like to give eye contact with you, but I'm busy reading this massive list of spec on this car. Tow bar system, manually detachable, 373 quid. Cruise control, £278. Exterior package black monochrome, I pointed that out earlier, looks really good. Black and black and black, £254. Privacy glass, £229. Got to have your black windows, your black car with a black interior, the black wheels. So why not? Headlamp cleaning system, £159. Does that not come normal, like a standard with your Porsche Cayenne? No, it doesn't. They want that extra 159 quid out of you. Front and rear floor mats, 112 quid. You do not get floor mats when you buy your brand new Porsche Cayenne. Oh my God, surely everyone spec'd floor mats on their Porsche Cayenne. Ski bag, £0. They said, you know what, Mr. whatever your name was, you can have your ski bag for for nothing, all right? Have your ski bag for nothing, and have your sport aluminium for £0 as well. Guessing that's the aluminium trim for the doors and the dash there. So total price of the optional equipment, again, I'm going to remind you, was £17,352, guys. You can literally buy a whole bloody car for that. And the sales guy on that day must have thought, like, he must have got some serious commission. That is amazing to get 17 grand's worth of spec sold on one car. Like, I'm impressed, especially a 46 grand car. Like, that's even more impressive. Well, anyway, forget me, forget the car. Let's now quickly continue. It's got a tracker apparently, because I just want to get out on the road and see how this thing performs against all the other cars on the Draggy leaderboard. Tax due 22nd of the 3rd, 2022. 600 quid to tax this car, and it's got an MOT until August. All right, so the car is now warm. I think what we need to do now, guys, is firstly go to the petrol station, and then secondly see what this thing drives like. Let's go. Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I love to take a photo of every single car I put fuel in, constantly driving different cars and constantly posting photos of different cars in petrol station. £1.63 a litre, is that what it was? Yes, it was. Not too bad, is it? Is that too bad? It's right, considering we've had all this fuel up raw. Ain't too bad at all. It's now showing, it was showing 40 miles in the range. I've just put 23 quid in, and it's now showing 120 miles. Oh no, it just went down to 115. 115 miles left in the range. That will definitely go down in this journey, because I am, yeah, we're going to be using a lot of fuel because of the way I'm going to be driving it. All right, so let's get out onto the main road and continue talking about the Porsche, see how it drives, and talk to you about values, because that's something we've not yet spoken about, have we? Because this is a cheap V8 Porsche Cayenne. Probably how I've titled this video, I guess. We are off, guys. Listen to that. Sounds like a bloody drag car, doesn't it? It's going to be great on a drag strip. Day out in Santa Pod in the Porsche Cayenne. I don't know if it would beat many cars, but it does move though, to be fair. I think it's like 2,200 kilos. That is a lot of weight, man. Big fat heavy car with a big fat heavy engine on the bonnet. I think 260 pounds-feet of torque. No, that's completely wrong. 360 pounds-feet of torque, 385 brake horsepower. We are currently sitting in slow moving traffic, bit annoying. Could do without that right now, because I'm going to show the world how fast my Porsche is. I think what I'm going to do is click to a faster road. There we go. Listen to that thing roar. Completely naturally aspirated, by the way, guys. No turbos, although I think the turbo, the Porsche Cayenne turbo, it must have the same engine as this, but with a couple of turbos on it. Never driven one of them before. It must be an absolute beast of a car. Look, this is a beast, but they must be a different league, man. So yeah, it is moving like I suppose you'd expect it would. No, do you know what? It's not moving like you'd expect it would. You'd expect it to move like a big fat, lazy, out of shape German car, but mate, this thing is moving, man. This is on it, this car. This is fully on it. Values, that's what we need to talk about. Anyway, this car, do you think this car is more or less than 10 grand? I'm sure by this point in the video you would have had some guesses in your mind what you think this car is worth. I'm going to tell you right now what this car books at. The retail valuation according to CAP on this car with 93,000 miles is £9,000, there or thereabouts, maybe a touch more than that. £9,000 for this car. So for sub 10 grand, you can look like a bloody millionaire. Now for me, I look at this car and to me it looks really modern. Like, I don't know if you lot think that, but some lads at Bingo are like, "How that's quite an old car now." But I suppose for me, because I'm not old. Are you sure about that? But you know, I'm getting a little bit older than your average youngster. To me, this still looks like a good, modern, classy car, man. It's a classy looking car. It's got a Porsche badge and it is sub £10,000. Like, I think this is a great car for the money. Probably not a great car for your pocket, but it'll put a smile on your face every day. I think what we really need to do now, guys, is hit the dual carriageway and see how quickly it does 20 to 70 miles an hour, because there's some good comparables on the Draggy leaderboard. Got no idea where it's going to fall, but I am very curious and interested to know where this is going to, how this is going to compare to all the others. So let's do that now, yeah. Right, so here it goes then, guys. I think the car that we need to beat is the V10 Touareg. That done it in 6.79 seconds. All right, let's see how the Porsche gets on. 3, 2, 1. We are off! We are off, guys! There we go! Done! 6.79, did we beat 6.79? We did beat 6.79, guys! We done it in 6.67 seconds. So let me do a couple more runs. I'll come back to you in a sec. That was an easy first run. Obviously no wheel spin, it's too fat and heavy to wheel spin. But traction wasn't an issue. But let's do a couple more runs, see if we can beat it, yeah? Final run, let's go, 3, 2, 1. Come on, you big fat Porsche. That is flying, mate, absolutely flying. This is the winning run, surely. 3, 2, 1, it's done. So the big fat lazy Porsche didn't perform too bad at all in the end. We beat the VW Touareg, as you lot know. We done it in the quickest time was 6.67 seconds, which ironically was the first run of the lot. The second two, I just couldn't beat that time. So that's extremely impressive. Almost as quick as a 3.2 litre V6 Audi TT. I've done a video on one of them a couple of years ago. I think I've done it in 6.5 seconds dead, and also almost as quick as an Astra VXR. So if you're out and about in your big overweight Porsche Cayenne and an Astra VXR races, you're going to keep up with an Astra VXR. I think that's pretty good, man. So the summary for this car is, it kind of is what you want it to be, isn't it? It's it moves, it looks the part. I think it's quite modern. They've done a great job of the facelift. The newer Porsche Cayenne's the second generation one. I mean, it come out in about 2010. They were extremely cool. I really like them, love the way they drive. One thing with Porsche as a brand is you can't knock the premium feel of a Porsche interior, the way it drives. They just feel so good, so well built, so bloody solid. So I do love Porsche for that reason. They've got a great following as well. So they're generally good sellers. And then moving on from that, they have brought out a third generation Porsche Cayenne. Them things are a lot of money, but they look amazing, don't they? The interiors are a joke, man. So yeah, I'm a big Porsche fan, and yeah, I suppose I might even take this home tonight. It's quite cool. Did I mention rear? I did mention rear entertainment, because I was going to say, was it on the spec list? It wasn't on the spec list. It must have been fitted aftermarket. Whoever's done that's done a really nice job of it. I've not had to tamper around with it. I ain't got a clue how good it is, but it has got headphones in the door cards there, the rear doors. So I'm guessing it can link up to headphones. All right, so we're going to wrap it up, leave it as that. It's been quite a long video. We've now got 75 miles left in the range. Hit like if you like this video, hit subscribe if you're new. If you're on Instagram, give me a follow on Instagram at Calvin's Car Diary, and I'll see you in my next video. All right, bye.